Man, oh man. What's going on, guys? How are you? Is this exposed properly? It's in the morning. I haven't done my hair. I gotta tell you, before I get into this video, I was a little fired up yesterday. I don't talk politics on this channel ever, for a lot of good reasons, right? I pay attention to both people on the left, people on the right. I pay attention to the Trump people, pay attention to the Biden people. But yesterday, something kind of got me a little fired up. So I've been paying attention a little bit to like these rumors, conspiracy theories around the Great Reset. If you go on the World Economic Forum, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's on their front page, so the concept or the idea is real. And I also pay attention to like the WHO's Agenda 2030 and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Well, I woke up yesterday and I saw somebody had tweeted something, the clip from Justin Trudeau. What is he, the Prime Minister, I believe, of Canada? Is that his title? He's the leader of Canada. And he makes reference to it. And now I was kind of floored. I'm like, holy crap, like this is the first time I've actually heard a government leader come out and say stuff that echoed what was in this Great Reset and Agenda 2030 narrative. It was kind of crazy. But I'll leave that here and anyways, if you guys want to have a private conversation, you guys can find me on Instagram or something and I'll DM with you guys. I'm all about it. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this Panasonic S5 and the 24-70 f2.8 S Pro lens. I got to tell you guys, of any camera I've shot, period, flat out, hands down, bar none. Now, this is the best image quality I've had out of a camera. And I know it's the same sensor they use in like the A7 III and the Nikon Z6 or whatever, but there's just something slightly better. Maybe it's the lens that is making this so much better. I went and did 2 portrait shoots, student portrait shoots, senior portrait shoots over the last week, and I used this camera with the 24-70 exclusively, and I got home and I was putting the raw files into Lightroom, and I was more than happy. I was ecstatic, in fact. I loved the how much range the files had, and I love the clarity and image quality came out of it. Again, part of it's the lens, but I was extremely happy with it. So much so that I have no desire to even look elsewhere because it's incredible. Now, I'll say this, the 24-70 lens, the f2.8, is so big. I'll put a picture in the upper corner here of this lens on the S5, because the S5 is actually a fairly small full-frame body. It's like Panasonic GH5 Micro Four Thirds size body. And this lens, the S lenses for Panasonic are huge. I mean, they're some of the biggest, I think, of the full-frame class, right? So unless you're going to start doing like adapting M glass, manual focus M glass, or you're going to start adapting other lenses, other L mount lenses on this body, the Panasonic Pro lenses are huge. The 51.4 is huge, the 70-200 is huge, this 24-70 is huge, but the image quality is fantastic. And for me, I don't know if it'll show up here as I'm showing some of these images for you guys, it has that Leica-esque bokeh in the background. It really does. Again, this is subjective, right? This is all my opinion. But I really am ecstatic and happy with the image quality that's coming out of this camera with this lens, this combination. I'm totally happy. Now, I do want to make a couple comments on the camera itself and the functionality, because overall, 99% of the things I threw at it, which weren't extremely hard. I mean, in a portrait shoot, I usually shoot AFS, single focus, or it wasn't a continuous focus, and then I'll just focus and take the shot. But I use eye tracking, and the eye tracking actually was fantastic on this, right? So I was able to not even worry about where my focal point was. I was able to just to frame up the shot the way I wanted it to be framed, let the box find the face and the eye, as you would with a Sony maybe, or a Canon, and not even worry about it. And if people were turning their head and all kinds of stuff, the camera never lost them. And so from that perspective, the camera did a fantastic job. If I had to complain about 2 areas where this camera kind of confuses me and I haven't figured it out yet, well, actually there's one area that confuses me, one where I can tell it's a focusing issue. One is the metering. I do spot metering, right? And I'm not sure if on face tracking, if the spot meter is accurate to the eye that it's on or the face that it's on, or if it like defaults back to a matrix type metering, because I was shooting a lot of these backlit photos and it seemed to kind of be metering for the overall scene with the heavy backlight. So that's something I have to figure out. If people are experts on the S5 and you know better than I do, please let me know if spot metering follows the face tracking, eye tracking in face recognition. Number 2, when I was shooting backlit, when I was getting heavy like lens flare and heavy interference from the sun into the lens, There was, I don't know, out of 400 shots, probably 2 or 3 times where the camera had a hard time finding focus on the subject. Even though the box kind of picked up the subject and was tracking the face, it overshot the subject and focus in the background. It happened like twice out of 400 shots. And again, the light was coming straight into the lens, so I can't be too mad at it. I'm not sure if any other camera would have handled it much better. But again, 2 shots out of 400, not a big deal whatsoever. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of photos I took. These are my cousins. They're senior portraits. You guys might like them, you might not like them. That's up to you. And tell you guys that I personally am ecstatic with the image quality coming out of this this S Pro lens and this S5 sensor, which I know is a common sensor between many of the full frame manufacturers. But overall, really, really, really good, and super, super happy. So I just wanted to give you guys that update on this. I do have the Sigma 45mm f2.8, the promo lens coming. I'll talk to you guys about that. It's supposed to show up tomorrow. I'll give you guys a story behind that, and I'll give you guys a few photos and my personal take on that lens in the future. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Sorry about the politics in the beginning. Just kind of got me all fired up yesterday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Somewhere far away, you say it's calling me, but I'm too afraid to follow its sound, the distant melody of a memory that's frozen in time. You and me on the Golden Coast, wanna stay right here with you. There's so much we could lose, so let's slow it down.